Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. It's Tracy, and what is probably my second to last ever Mollie makes. Mollie, I think it is. I've just learnt how to open the envelope in time for my subscription to be almost at an end. Anyway, not the most enjoyable magazine that I've used in my Open With Me's, but in some ways I'm glad I did it, because I wondered for a long time what it was going to be like as I see it on the shelves in the supermarkets when I looked at the magazines, and I've given it a good try. This is my number 5, so I think I have one more left. So this one, there's always some nice papers inside, which are for scrapbooking or something. Sculpture style beginner-friendly clay stem vase, which might be interesting. Fashion recycling, transform your knitwear from basic to beautiful. And new season trends, add texture with chunky crochet rug. So there's some crochet. Make yourself a pair of punch needle slippers and 10 crafts to fall in love with. So I like that it opens your eyes to other crafts. And I like that they have some crochet now and then, but there's never enough crochet really for me in these magazines, and I always do my camera the wrong way, so apologies for that. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. You'll be informed when there are new videos. So let's have a little look and see what's inside this issue. Now, this is the welcome page. It's by someone called, the editor is Sarah Trevor. I don't know why it's called Mollie Makes. I've never read to find out. Maybe I should. So we've got quite a few bits and bobs in here. But as I don't know what craft they entail while I'm looking at them, I'll move past this. Although I think it's safe to say that this may be the crochet rug. So let's go on. And we've got some meet the team sort of thing. And advert for sewing machines. So introducing the latest from the world of handmade. Okay. We've got lots and lots of little editorials. And they may be interesting, but it would take too long to read them. And there's way too much to go in. I actually did fancy at one point doing ceramics, because see this clock? When my children were small, their great auntie and uncle sent them over from Canada a clock like this, because they used to make ceramics. But it was like the surface of the moon. It was really cool, and it had lots of really lovely kind of pictures in the ceramics and embossed on it. They were probably made with a mould, and it was pretty cool. And she used to teach it. Not only earn money out of the ceramics, but out of teaching it as well, which I always thought was really, really good. But of course, unfortunately, sending them that distance, they didn't really survive very long. And some of them didn't even survive the journey, which is quite sad. But I've always fancied trying that. But I don't find these sort of things very accessible. We have got a college on the mainland where they often do some crafts, but they tend to be photography or flower arranging or something. They never tend to be the things that you really fancy getting your teeth into. But maybe I'll start looking. Not right now. I'm still recovering from surgery, but maybe in the future I'll look into it. So we've got prints. We've got, that's that handbag there. Let's have a look. Design. It's cute, simple, and goes with everything. So I think it's just a bag. So it's not like you can make it. So let's just carry on then. Falling for autumn. Got a wall hanging. And you know my thoughts on wall hangings. If you're a regular to my channel, I don't understand why we need them. But this one is quite decorative, and it shows you how to make felt flowers, which is quite fun, I guess. But I think I'd make one for Christmas, but no other time. So that's the only time I would make anything to do with making a wreath. And we've got curve appeal. So what have we got here then? This is the clay stem vase. So obviously they're rolling this, and just so you've not really got any kind of wheel or anything. It's just shaping the clay once you've rolled it, and it's quite a modern design. So I guess anyone could turn a hand to this one if you had patience to make it completely flat and assemble it. You could even try your own design. So that's not bad. That's not something you could do. It's not something you'd need a massive class to achieve. And a little cloud bag with tassels. I think that might be that really chunky knitted yarn that you just do finger knitting with. There's no tutorial for it though. Oh, I've got clouds on this pullover. The pullover is definitely crocheted. So this is a crocheted cloud. So that's all they're showing you, is how to make the cloud. There's lots to do with clouds in this edition. So here we are. And what's this? Works. Multiply your creativity, Maker X. The only system of go anywhere tools to amplify craftsmanship. So that's an advert for tools, really. But I think she's engraving on there. So this is bonus, all the Keely goodies when you subscribe to Mollie Makes Today. So you can get your hands on some what look like really 1960s, early 70s cups and a pinny apron. Free issues for £5 when you subscribe today. If you want to subscribe to Simply Crochet, now that might be worth it. For just £5 you can get a 3-month subscription, no free gift, but it's just £5. So I'll hold that up in case you fancy trying that if you're in the UK. That's a pretty good little offer. So put your feet up, make yourself a pair of Zoe Bateman slippers for extra comfy me time. So what are these made out of? Fur. Yeah, they're not bad actually, but you're putting this on. See, this is why I've never crocheted slippers. I made some for my mother-in-law once because she has, you know when some elderly people get really, really big legs? Well, she found it very hard because of her ulcers and her legs and everything else to get slippers, and her feet were swollen too. And so I made her some bed socks. They were meant to be slippers, but they were too slippery on the floor. So if I'd been able to find some of this stuff to put the rubberized bits on the bottom, I could have made them less slippery for her. But she just used them as bed socks in the end. So now all of our attention pretty soon is going to be going towards Christmas. So we've got Simply Christmas, a craft, family, food and decor magazine. Pre-order your copy now for $6.99. There is the details there if you want to do that. Simply Christmas magazine is already on its way to help you make the most of this year's celebrations. From fascinating features to read, decor ideas to try, gifts to share, recipes, crafts to make, and you'll be feeling festive in no time. So it doesn't really say what kind of crafts are involved, but it might be fun. Living creative inspiration for your life and home. So we've got more crafts to come. So this is obviously the Crocheted Rug. So it's a bit stripy, I guess, with some kind of embossed parts of it. And yeah, there we are. There's the instructions. So you have to do a bit of sewing as well. At least it shows you how to invisibly sew. The techniques involved. Enjoying the journey with Janky van der Hooden. I don't know how you say that. But what's she making? It's hard to say, really. We've got this Perspex stuff. I think this is just a little bit too eclectic for my liking. There are way too many, I would say, like fringe crafts in this magazine. If it was to concentrate on, say, 3 or 4 different crafts and bring you something from those crafts every single month, I think I prefer it more if there were a couple of crochet patterns in here, a couple of knitted patterns, some cross-stitch, some scrapbooking. Just choose a few and stick with those each month. I think I would find this a lot easier to cope with. But the fact that it diversifies so much, there's very little in it that will actually be of any interest to me at any particular month. So whereas I subscribed for 6 months, that will be the end as far as I'm concerned. So add a touch of luxe to your reusable bag with Annalisa's easy to sew tote. I'm still having problems with my S's after my surgery, so please bear with me there. So yeah, this is not bad. This shows you how to put lining in, which, you know, I still need to put lining in my bag. So, yeah, move on. Let's not mention that. So here we got Get the Look, Checks and Stripes. This is all sewing, I believe, like quilting. And then we've got the papers to come. It always looks like this when we have papers. Oh, what do we have here then? Folded paper flowers. Wow. Now I'd have to sit on, I think, if I was going to do this, it would need to be a tutorial. I used to watch a program many years ago called Origami, and it was in between shows, and it'd be like a little intermission, and they would show you how to do some origami, and then you would be able to have your folded piece of paper with you and try it with them. That was always pretty cool. But that might be fun, actually, to have a go, but, you know, I haven't ever done it, apart from trying a few swans and things when that was on TV. So here we've got the papers, and this one is always a wasted one because there's always this piece on it, which, you know, if they didn't do that, it would be fine, but you could always put a picture over that bit, I suppose. So we've got, they're very jazzy this particular month, their papers, but, you know, if you're scrapbooking, free paper is a good thing because they can be quite expensive, the papers, I've found, especially in hobbycraft. And this is a really nice bag. So how would that looks like I don't know, sewn, embroidered or something. Let your creativity flow. Just a picture. There's no tutorial for it by the looks of it. You'd use that as another paper, couldn't you? So we've got a countdown to Christmas. Little moments, big memories. Tension issues. So, what are we actually talking about tension for? The actual tension involved in Christmas. So, sprinkle kindness. We always have some recipes. So, we have this red velvet celebration cake. Nice recipe for you. There's always one in the magazine. And on the go, what's this? So, we've got what we call a bum bag over here, but in the US, a fanny pack, I believe. And this shows you how to make that. It's a bum bag in our magazine, obviously, is how to make this a colour block bum bag. They were all the rage back in the early 80s. Everybody had one. All the tourists. Whenever you went abroad, everything's crammed in. So there we go. Next month's Mollie makes. This will be my last one, I believe. So what do we have? We've got little moons and a cushion, and I have no idea what that is. Some kind of village and packaging, how to wrap or make things look pretty. So try 3 issues of quilting for £5. So that might be good if you're interested in trying quilting. I'll hold up the advert and you can jot down anything you need if you want to try that. So here we've got the templates, which is always good. This is the bum bag templates, and that's not bad. I like it when they do things like that because you can make it out of anything. You don't have to make it out the fabric. You can just crochet if you wanted to, but as long as you've got the shapes, it'll all work out. And we've got the crochet stitch guide for making the rug. Is that beading? How to count stitches. Oh no, it's just little dots on there, not beads. So there we go. And embroidery stitch guide. And then there we go, that's the end of the magazine. So next time when I say that to you, I'll be fairly glad that it is the end of the magazine. Although it will give me one less subscription to bring to you. I haven't felt this one. There's so few things in it that really I could even begin to want to do. Some of the things in there like the papers I will use when I come to do my scrapbooking. And some of the ideas possibly sort of jump out at me. Some of the templates, some of the charts will interest me, but there is actually very little I could see myself doing. But you never know. There are some, sometimes you can just think, oh, I quite fancy doing that vase. And so you could make one and really kind of make it festive if you wanted to. So that might interest you. I don't know. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. You'll be informed when there are new videos. And I will see you on the next one of Mollie Makes, which will be my last one, unless they send me one by mistake. So thank you for watching, and bye for now.